Hello, all you lovely people out there. Welcome to my YouTube channel where we're talking about healing from child abuse. My name is Liz, and I'm a child abuse survivor, and I've spent nearly the past 20 years working on my healing in so many different ways. And I'm just here to say that healing is possible, and as long as you just keep going, it's very probable. It can be a very discouraging path to take because it is so challenging and it takes so much time and it takes so much effort, but it can happen for you. I want to share my experience with you all to set an example of, that healing is possible and what that could look like for you, and possibly some ways to get there that are outside of therapy. It takes a lot more than just going to therapy once a week to heal your trauma. It takes a huge commitment and dedication and a lot of sacrifice to keep going and not give up. So I commend you for being here with me. It means that you're on a healing journey, and I just want to be a part of that and help as many people as I can by sharing my own experience. With that said, I am not a therapist. I am just a person who's been there and lived through it, and because of that, I think I have a lot of knowledge and wisdom to offer. So in this video, I wanted to kind of give you an idea of my before and after so that you know where I'm coming from and where I am now. And, I just want to be an example of healing for the rest of the world, for all those people out there who are, really struggling right now because of their history with child abuse. Because it can literally and will literally ruin your life if you don't do something about it. So as a child, I grew up in a very toxic family with very abusive parents. I experienced abuse, basically the whole spectrum of abuse, every type of abuse out there that I can think of, I've experienced, and it really damaged me a lot. I did not get to be a child when I was a child. I didn't ever experience my playful nature and what it's like to have fun and be carefree. Because I was under so much stress and I was in survival mode. So my childhood was basically full of misery. I was in severe emotional pain. I did not have anyone to look to for help or support or validation. The very people who were in place to care for me, take care of me, love me, protect me, did not do those things very well. So it's like being in eternal hell and you don't ever see a way out because you're a child and you can't do anything about your situation. I really had a hard time making friends. I was bullied in school. I definitely did not have a lot of friends, or hardly any friends. I had very low self-esteem. I had body weight issues growing up and throughout my life, which led me to eating disorders, substance abuse issues, and really having no control over my reactions to things that upset me, basically triggers. I was completely out of control. I had no way to help myself through the emotions I was feeling. The feelings that I felt were like way too big and too much and completely flooded my system. I was almost always in a tremendous amount of pain and suffering. I felt bad about myself. I had, I just, I don't know if I could speak specifically about that, but felt extremely bad about myself. I got into toxic relationship after toxic relationship where I continued to be abused. Found myself in relationships that were very bad for me and only perpetuated the trauma I lived through and my complex PTSD. I could not make relationships work, especially within my family. I had a really hard time maintaining a job of any kind, taking care of myself. I was very dependent on assistance from other people because I could not function in my life. I was always dealing with some kind of, just continued trauma after continued. It's almost like my childhood just overflowed into my adulthood, and I was just re-experiencing my childhood trauma through my current life situations, and it would always end in whatever the situation was, me having emotions that were just too much to bear, and I had no way of helping myself out of that. The amount of stress that this put on my body was very debilitating. It really the tension, the muscle tension that existed in my body from the amount of stress I lived through was so bad that it completely warped my body structurally. And as I got older, I was developing some health issues that were rooted in the stress, because those things are now gone. So it was pretty bad. And I think what really put me on my healing journey was becoming a mother and having a son, and wanting better for him and wanting to be better for him, because I didn't want him to see how much pain I was in. And I saw how much that hurt him. And the other thing that really made me want to heal and seek out my healing was all of the relationships I got into were just so filled with abuse, and I was doing a lot of crazy shit to put it lightly. And it just really didn't matter who I was with or who I wound up with, because it was always the same. It was always awful and more trauma, and every relationship was like that. And at a certain point I was this is nuts. I just keep doing the same thing over and over again. This has to stop. How do I stop this? And also, I was co-parenting with my child's father, and that's really difficult to do no matter what, no matter who you are. But doing it as a traumatized individual is even harder. And I sought help from a therapist who specialized in abuse and trauma, and helped me get started on my journey. And that was back in like when my son was born. I would say maybe he was like a few years old when I really got serious about healing. So he's 23 now. And yeah, thank you to my son for being my inspiration and my reason to just keep going. I was suicidal. I just wanted to die. I felt that was my only way out of being in pain. I didn't want to cause anyone else any more pain, and saw that I was doing that in a number of ways, and I didn't want to hurt anymore. So I never attempted suicide, but I wanted to. And the only reason I didn't is because of my son. Like, I loved him so much that I could not bear to leave him without me. And yeah, so that's a little bit of where I've been. And today, as the Liz that I am today, I can tell you that I have so much love and appreciation for myself and respect for myself that I no longer find myself in toxic relationships or toxic situations or any situation that doesn't feel good for me. I am extremely healthy and I have a lot of vitality. I wake up every morning excited about my day, excited about my life, excited about the people in it, excited about living out my dreams. I feel really good about myself. I love myself. I'm a lot happier about, like my body and my physical body, my physical features, what I look like. I take tremendously good care of myself. Everything from like exercising, my diet, getting enough sleep. I'm just like an expert at self-care. And I'm pretty stress-free. Like, everything about my life I enjoy, and if I don't enjoy it, it's done. I have all these ways of having fun and playing and being playful that I never had as a child. I do have that now. One of the reasons why I'm sitting here in front of my bike is because she is one of the biggest reasons for my healing. Not going to say much about that now, but my bike is where it's at. I have healed my relationships with both of my parents, which took a tremendous amount of work, and I actually did not speak to them for a number of years so that I could heal. And being on the other side of healing, I'm able to have healthy relationships with both of them that are very fulfilling and rewarding and full of love, even though they did a tremendous amount of damage to me. I have the most beautiful relationship I could ever ask for with my son. He's 23 now, and he just like loves me so much. I never thought that anyone could love me like that. And I have deep, close friendships with people in the long term. Relationships that don't feel bad to me. They feel really good. And I'm able to stand on my own 2 feet. I am no longer in a world of emotional pain. I don't want to kill myself. I don't want to die. I'm so excited to live life. What else? What else can I say? I think that's pretty much it. You know, I have yet to be in a romantic relationship with someone that meets my standards for relationship, and I feel completely fine about that. I used to really yearn to be with somebody. I didn't want to be alone. I wanted to be loved. And now my own self-love really does take up that space and fulfill me. Don't get me wrong, I would love to have a romantic relationship in my life, but it's going to take a lot because my standards are so high now. And I really don't need to be in one. So yeah, life is pretty sweet. I have so many great stories to tell you all, and in time that will unfold. But for now, I just wanted to give you a sense of like my before and after, and like what's possible after child abuse. And it is a tremendous amount of work that I have put in to get here, but I'm here now, and I'm so happy that I went through the struggle. And let me tell you, for at least 15 years of my journey, like, I didn't feel like I was getting anywhere. I just felt like I was treading water the entire time. And I'm really glad that I didn't give up. Even though it seemed like I wasn't getting anywhere, I was. And at a certain point, you know, you will reach a threshold where things will start improving. And once you get there, it's basically like you have to keep working, but it gets easier and easier, especially when you find things changing for yourself and you start to have some of your life back for you to enjoy. So, I really thought this was important to put out there because I'm on some Facebook groups for complex PTSD and complex PTSD from child abuse, and I read a lot of posts from people who are just like, this is never gonna end. They're so discouraged. They're so unhappy. And they're always asking, like, is this ever gonna get better? And I just want to say to all of you, like, yes, just keep going. Don't give up no matter what. You deserve to live a life that you feel good about, and that leaves you feeling at peace and feeling joy and like looking forward to everything that's in front of you. We all deserve that, and this world needs people like us to heal so that we can make this a better place to live in, right? The world is just such a mess right now. So I know it seems like, I mean, for years and years and years, I felt like nothing was ever going to get better, but it did. It did. So keep it up. I hope you will subscribe to my channel and continue to watch my videos. And I'm going to be sharing, you know, all the ways, all the things I had to do, and all the things that helped me to get to where I am now. Because it's a lot more than just going to therapy every week. It takes a lot more work than that, okay? I ain't gonna lie. So with that said, I love you all. Thank you so much. Please subscribe. Please give me a like or shoot me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. It's so inspiring to hear back from people who have watched my videos. and take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.